What's going on, guys? My name is Max. Welcome back for another reaction. Today we're going to be taking a look at 21 Pilots. If you're new here, I am a communication skills coach, and on this channel I react to all different types of people's conversations, interviews, and presentations. This will be my first time looking at 21 Pilots. I know there's two of them. I've gotten a lot of comments asking me to react to them, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for the suggestion. Guys, we're on our way to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you like my videos, take 1 second and please just hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get started with the video, 21 Pilots.
Hello, I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
We're a band called 21 Pilots, and you're watching Stingray Pause Play.
Josh, I feel like you and I didn't become friends enough last time because you weren't in the interview.
Okay, so there's Josh and Tyler. A lot of people have asked me to react to Tyler individually. I'm actually happy I'm looking at an interview with both of them because maybe we can see their dynamic together.
I rarely go back and rewatch our interviews, except for the ones where it's only him.
So
I watched that
okay,
interview.
good. You
so
want to
I
make
thought-
sure you didn't miss anything.
I want to make sure I'm not getting talked about, and I'm pretty sure I was.
Oh, you were...
Right off the bat, Josh looks super relaxed, just looking at his body language. Someone who's more open with their body language and maybe even a little more relaxed, that's a sign of them just feeling a little more confident and comfortable in the situation.
You guys bring them into the fold so much, whether it's inviting them to do posters for you or, you know, telling fans the secret meanings.
Tyler, I'm not saying he's not listening. Perhaps he is listening, and I would assume he is, but he's not looking at the interviewer. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It could be a sign of his discomfort. It could be a sign of him just being in his own head. But it's just interesting from a communication skills standpoint. If someone's speaking to you, you want to show that you're listening. And the best way to show that you're listening to someone is by making eye contact with them.
In the same way, when we think of our fans, we think of the live setting, we think of the concert. And truly, we've always said that if you come to our show, we really think that the most interesting, entertaining, exciting, impressive thing about what it is that's going on at our shows is our crowd. And
Cool. I like that answer a lot. And it made me think that maybe that's Tyler's way of listening. Maybe he feels like he listens better by looking away and really just focusing in on the words, right? Because he gave a really in-depth answer there. You can tell it was something he's put a lot of thought into. It's something that's meaningful to him.
we've always talked about how the importance of limiting the amount of pressures to, you know, that are allowed to actually influence the creation process of making a record. We've always said that maybe the one that we would allow is our fans.
I feel like these are the last guys to sell out. Tyler just seems like one of those dudes who's just very true to himself, who just doesn't care about all the external stuff. You know, if Tyler told me he drove a 2012 Honda Civic, I'd believe him. An interesting guy that sort of plays by his own rules is what it seems like.
What is the favorite moment off the process of this album and the creation of it from the other person?
That's a good question.
Like, he's the type of guy that can smell bullshit, I feel like. And I could see him coming across as rude to people because, look, he's not listening in the conventional way of how people say, like myself, you should be listening, right? Because he's not making clear eye contact. Maybe he's not showing good body language. And maybe that makes the other person feel less important. But I think he's just being really true to himself. It seems like that's like his highest value in a sense.
If you guys had to live the rest of your lives in one of your own music videos, which one would it be and why?
Great question. You're on fire.
Thank you, my friend.
I like that little comment that he threw the interview there. You're on fire, you know. I like when people do that, when they acknowledge things that other people do in a positive way.
You're on fire.
I always think that, and I know this was just sort of a little joke here, but if you feel like someone's doing something positive, I always think we should let those people know, right? If we think it, why not say it? I think that goes a long way.
The easiest one that we've had to shoot is My Blood.
Yeah, because we were barely in it. Have you ever seen those music videos where the artists aren't in it and they just hire actors to do it? It's because the artist is like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Go make something.
Yeah, love it.
Josh is really a good listener. When Tyler's speaking, Josh is really listening. It seems like they have a good dynamic in that way. They complement each other well in that way. Tyler's the more outspoken vocal one, it seems like. So, Josh will make a point, and then Tyler will add on to that point in a little bit more depth.
The last time that you and I spoke.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
5 more.
Yeah.
But if any of them suck, I'll tell you, and we'll skip it.
Deal. Okay. So last time we spoke.
He definitely has an intensity about him. I know there was a little bit of humor infused in that. Regardless, he set the boundaries there.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
5 more.
Yeah.
But if any of them suck, I'll tell you, and we'll skip it.
Deal.
So he's sort of the dominant figure in this conversation right now.
I have many, but I'll give you one more if you'd like.
No,
Yeah.
let's do...
I have many, but I'll give you one more if you'd like. If you'd like, interviewers putting the control in Tyler's hands here. If you'd like, not, I'll give you one more.
That your favorite music is your own music. It's pretty much 90% of what you listen to. In fact, you were stressed about bumping yourself in your car where people would kind of see you listening. Yeah, see, when you said that, I made that exact same face when you said bumping myself in my car.
You're right.
Interviewer is very aware of Tyler. Like before Tyler said anything, he reacted to his facial expression.
Yourself in your car where people would kind of see you listening. Yeah, see, when you said that, I made that exact same face.
See how much facial expression has an impact on our communication? If we're looking at people when they're speaking, we can read and we can gain intel on how they're reacting to our words. And Tyler, what he's not being able to do right now is read the expression on the interviewer's face. So I bet the interviewer's not even sure if Tyler's really feeling him. Sometimes Tyler will give the interviewer signs that he likes them.
You're on fire, by the way.
My friend.
But I bet the interviewer is sort of on his toes a little, being like, what's up with this guy? And the reason I say that again, a lot of it has to do with Tyler's body language.
I don't like other people's music, man. Why do you want to know that?
Because
what do you gain from me promoting some other artist right now?
I'll tell you. Now that you're big, now that you're in the mainstream, who are those artists that you find interesting that you can still pick up from, even if they're brand new?
But see, then I won't be able to steal from them anymore.
True. I mean, that is a perfectly fine answer.
Interesting that Tyler didn't answer that question.
Who are those artists that you find interesting that you can still pick up from, even if they're brand new?
But see, then I won't be able to steal from them anymore.
Obviously, that's not true, but he said that because he didn't want to answer the question.
And on the original Game Boy, you had the volume on the side that you could kind of control. Mm-hmm. And with 6 people, 3 other kids in the car, a lot of times I had to turn it down, even though I wanted it loud.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I like Josh. He's chill. I like the way he delivers his answers, laid back. He just seems relaxed. He's in his own element, doesn't go outside of himself, isn't trying to put it on for the cameras.
Are you guys, I was going to say, are you into tech? Like, what's the newest techie?
Tech.
Okay.
Let me tell you,
please.
And it looks like Tyler, now that I'm looking at it, really respects Josh. And even when he was just talking about his video game answer there, Tyler was really listening to him. You know, I feel like when you have Tyler's respect, you probably really have his respect.
The tech stores in airports is that we also travel a lot.
Yeah, right.
And so some of this tech has to do with travel, and we're constantly...
Right? When Josh has been speaking in the past 2 answers, Tyler's been locked in on him.
Do you carry external portable batteries with you?
Yeah.
Often. How many milliamps?
Oh, I feel super uncool for not.
You need at least 20,000.
Okay.
Tyler's definitely seems like the type of guy who the way he speaks in interviews is the exact same way he speaks in real life. And if he's having a conversation with this guy off camera, he's going to ask him the same question. Do
you carry external portable batteries with you?
Yeah.
Often. How many milliamps?
Feels like Tyler, in a joking way, likes to test people. He likes to shit test people, as some people will call it. That's what he seems to be doing from time to time with this interviewer.
That are not music related. You've got friends that are not, fans coming to the shows. How do you stay in touch and keep those relationships going?
Yeah, thanks for reminding us that we've lost a lot of friends.
Did you see how serious Tyler's face was when he delivered that joke or that that sentence.
Thanks for reminding us that we've lost a lot of friends.
Right? That's part of the reason why we don't know whether Tyler's being sarcastic or whether he's being serious. I don't think he was serious there, but again, that's part of his humor. He goes all the way in with his sarcasm. If he said, thanks for reminding us that we don't have friends, and he smiled, then the person who he's delivering that message to would know that he's being sarcastic, would know that he's joking. Tyler doesn't really seem to give a shit whether you know or not, or maybe he thinks, you know what? You should know that I'm joking, and if you don't, that's your bad, which is funny to watch because it makes it feel like you're not sure which way he's going with it. Notice how his face when he delivers a joke. It's rare that he smiles.
I call. Josh doesn't. Josh texts. I don't really text that much.
I don't call that much.
I'm a caller.
I really don't like phone calls.
I don't like phone calls.
I think that's a bit of a trend.
Yeah?
I think that it's fun for you to say that you don't like phone calls when actually
really
they're way
them.
more effective.
Calling him out again. Guys, he's calling him out again. I think that's a little bit of a trend to say you don't like phone calls.
I really don't like phone calls.
I don't like phone calls.
I think that's a bit of a trend. I think that it's fun for you to say that you don't like phone calls.
His bullshit meter is on high alert. I'm telling you. And maybe that's his way of establishing rapport with people, is by giving them that test, right? To see how they can take that humor. But he's testing him nonetheless. Right? He's challenging him. He's not afraid if people don't like him, right? So people who take chances and joke around, they're not as needy in that way. They don't need that acceptance.
No, absolutely not. Really hate him. Text me.
See, I understand.
And this guy's staying strong. Absolutely not. Hate him. I don't know, but he seemed a little nervous. He was moving his leg there. There was a little bit of a tell.
Absolutely not. Really hate him. Text me.
See, I understand.
Interesting. Tyler's sensing that there's some BSing going on.
So we were on the phone the other day, and what it sounded like was that he just hung up. I think I called him right back, and I was like, dude, you hung up without saying goodbye. And I loved that. And I was like, we need to.
Yeah, Tyler doesn't play by the social nicety game. You know, just everything he's displayed so far in this interview. He doesn't abide by social formalities and niceties. So it doesn't surprise me that he says that he likes when Josh doesn't say goodbye after a phone call.
That was actually a decent conversation. Are they mad at me? The answer is no. They're just a part of what we're trying to do.
Love it.
Part of the
Absolutely
movement.
love it. Screw the music. Screw everything else you're doing. That should be your life's work right there.
I think that's why we are here.
I like it.
His emotions, his expressions are real. Like he seems very authentic in that way, where it's just like there's no bullshitting with him. You know what I mean? Like when he's looking at you and he's seriously looking at you, that's him taking you in and assessing you. That's what I think. And when he smiles and he genuinely laughs, he's genuinely laughing. You know you're getting a real emotion, it seems like, from Tyler. And Josh seems like a sincere guy too. Obviously, people are complex, right? So you're never really going to get a full idea of how someone is or who someone is, no matter how many interviews you watch. But as always, I try to look at their communication skills and react to them and find things that we can potentially learn about them and learn about ourselves. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see the full version of this video, I included the uncut reaction on my Patreon. I've got a ton of other footage on there as well that I think you may enjoy. Other than that, my name is Max. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you soon. Peace.